Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be doing really quick and easy what I'm eating in a day, really simple, just walking you guys through what I'm having for the day, and that is pretty much it. So I will be showing you guys my fruits that I'm having for dessert, as well as snacks, because that's what I'm just used to having now, especially with the weather being warm now. So we have more of a variety of fruits available to us. So I'm really enjoying that and craving fruit. Not really anything else, to be honest. Like watermelon and cantaloupe, they're not ready yet, but they'll be ready probably the next day or two. And things like that. It's pretty much what I've been craving, and I just love this time of year. Wishing it could be like this all year. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for being here. So today I'm just going to show you guys what I am eating for the day. You guys already know that I'm incorporating more fruit into my diet, so I always make sure that I have at least one smoothie a day. Usually that's in the morning, whatever frozen fruit that I have on hand, and I also throw in usually a banana. And then I always put spirulina in there as well for energy, and spirulina is just a powerhouse of nutrition. So yeah, that's how I start my day. So although I still have my black coffee in the morning, I do have a turmeric latte on some mornings. I am trying to incorporate more turmeric into my diet just because it helps with inflammation, and since my back has been acting up and it does not look so good, any of this stuff really helps. So adding turmeric into my diet really helps. So I have a supplement as well that I take once a day, and I will show you guys what that looks like. And that really helps with the inflammation, and just I take one a day, and then I try to incorporate either turmeric in my cooking, or I'll have a latte just again to help with that inflammation right now since my back is not being the greatest. So for lunch, I decided to make some raw veggie wraps with whatever vegetables I had on hand that needed to be used up. And then of course I got my collards from my garden because I'm fortunate enough to be growing my own veggies. And so I'm trying to, even though I think it's earwigs that have eaten a lot of my plants, they do look pretty decent. I'm just putting some cayenne pepper and a little bit of natural dish soap on my veggies just to deter my little buggy friends. So it seems to be working, but I do have some that are pretty eaten, but whatever. I'm able to grow my own veggies in some way or another, and I feel very fortunate to be able to do that. So I'm just cutting my collards straight from the backyard when I'm making my wraps. And I had some leftover veggie sauce. It's my Green Goodness sauce, and that is my no waste sauce that I made in my last video. And I will link that in this video. If you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it, and hopefully you get some inspiration for a no waste meal and a way of making a healthy dressing or sauce. So these are the veggies that I had on hand that needed to be used up. I had bell peppers, and I have some shredded carrots, and I have that Green Goodness sauce that I had talked about, super yummy. And then I do have an avocado that needed to be used, so I decided to add that into my wraps just to give it a little more substance, and yeah, that way I'm able to feel a little bit more full. And I'm just showing you guys that I cut the stems off the wraps just because that makes it a lot easier to wrap up your veggie wrap. If you cut the stem off, it just makes it easier to roll up. So yeah, and I have tomato too that I had to use up, so I'm adding that in as well. So this is a great recipe for using up whatever you already have on hand that needs to be used up. And it's a great way of adding, a rainbow of colors and a lot of nutrition in your diet. So I did use half of the avocado and then the other half I had saved. So just in case you were wondering how much of the avocado I actually used in my wraps, it was half. And I'm not worried about the fat content because it's natural fats and it's not something like oil that you're adding to your diet. Also, this is a pretty low calorie density meal, so I want to bulk it up so that I feel full and satisfied, and I'm not going to want to munch on other things afterward, because then what's the point of eating the meal if you're going to be starving after? So you do need to bulk it up in some way, and I find that avocado really helps with these veggie wraps. I'm just throwing on this salt-free seasoning, this Mrs. Dash, and it's like that everything but the bagel seasoning, but salt-free. So I added some of that just to add a little bit of extra flavor to my wraps. So for snacks, I usually opt for fruit just because it's so easy and you can just grab it on the go. I did find cherries that were not $1 million, so that was exciting to find some. So I did buy some, and that is pretty much a treat because I don't usually have cherries on hand. So I did eat quite a few cherries on this day, and I also had a banana to snack on. If I have dates, I also snack on dates, sometimes dry fruit. It really depends on what I have on hand and available. So for dinner, I decided to make some Portuguese red potatoes, and we make this with like garlic and a pimenta sauce. This one is a sweet pimenta sauce. It's homemade, even though it's in this like onion jar. I don't know, my dad makes it. And there are some that are quite spicy, but this one is a mild version. That way all the kids can eat it and they wouldn't think it was too hot. And then I throw in my garlic cloves, and I also add some Himalayan salt to the water as well. And that's pretty much it. So I wash my potatoes, I cut a slit in them, that way they can get infused with the pimenta sauce and the garlic and the flavoring. And that is all. You just boil them and they get nice and tasty. And these potatoes were a really good price for the bag, so I was really excited, and they were in really good shape because we haven't had very good produce at all at the grocery stores. So this was definitely a treat. So I just cut up some firm tofu into cubes and I sprinkled some seasoning on it. It just has a little bit of paprika, onion powder, and garlic powder, and that's it. And I threw it in an oven at 400 degrees for, I want to say like maybe 25 minutes or so. And that is pretty much it. And this is the sauce that I found in the cupboard that I guess we had bought a while back. Nobody used it. So I brought this sauce out so that people can use it up, and trying to look through the fridge to see what other sauces we have just to use everything up. And that is pretty much it. This is an oil-free hummus that is on the plate in the middle, and that's what I use for my dressing for my spinach. Instead of adding a dressing, I usually opt for something like that, like an oil-free hummus, because then I'm getting my protein and my fiber, and I am, able to eat a lot more greens because I have something on it and it's not so dry. And that is pretty much it. I'm just showing you guys my potatoes. They're just perfectly cooked and so delicious. The whole pot was gone. They were definitely a hit. So thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for being here this week. Thank you for the support on the channel. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so now. And I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Health, joy, and positive vibes.